Yeah, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's popping, y'all? I am getting ready to channel the Notorious B.I.G. Okay, one of the biggest, you know what I mean, rappers from Brooklyn, New York City. Still one of the best in the world. I feel unanimously. I'm getting ready to do Tupac next, of course. For the West Siders. Okay, we're on the East Coast right now. Okay. And I'm getting ready to channel and ask Biggie a couple questions. I know I seen somebody do a video that's going viral saying that she had a dream and Biggie's in hell. So I'm actually getting ready to ask that question. Okay. I'm gonna ask a couple of questions. Okay, so y'all stay tuned. Um, I'm gonna use Dragon's Blood for all of y'all that don't know, and we getting ready to channel the Notorious B.I.G., which I'm super excited to do, y'all. I've always wondered what happened with B.I.G. I always felt like it was something like an Illuminati, a cult, something within the realms of that spiritual world. Because when people think about the Illuminati, they think that it's a physical thing. No, it's an entity. Okay, it's an entity. For those that don't know, okay, let me get in my zone. Notorious B.I.G. Christopher Wallace. Christopher Wallace. Okay. And I'm gonna work with quite a few cards. I'm gonna make sure I bless all of them, cleanse all of them, so I know. I never really know what I'm gonna use, so I just keep reaching and grabbing for whatever comes to me. If you am in my room, type and let me know what state you're here from. Let me know what state you're visiting from. Christopher Christopher Wallace. I don't know if I keep thinking about Christopher Brewster, which is funny because that's one of my friends who passed away. He's in a wheelchair. But Christopher Wallace, are you in hell? Are you in hell? Somebody's spreading a rumor saying that you're in hell. Okay, Christopher Wallace, no, also known as the Notorious B.I.G. rapper, died. I can't get the exact year. It was years ago. I believe it was in like 1999. I was still in high school at the time. His album had just dropped. Everybody was pre-ordering his album Life After Death before, while he was unalive, and it didn't even release yet. Okay, the Notorious B.I.G. Okay, I think that's all of it right there. I'm like, this belongs over here, and that's why my table feels weird. I like to keep everything organized because that's what makes my world go round. Cheers! I got my sweet tea for all those who want to know. Christopher Wallace. I'm allowing you to enter me and mount me and speak through me and let me know exactly what was concerning your death, what was involved your unaliving. What do you want to say about that? Okay, I just felt my bracelet. My bracelet, these tassels literally just swung like that. I don't know if they caught that on camera. That lets me know that he has mounted me. Are you in hell? Like what happened with this Christopher Wallace? Are you in hell? That's the rumor going around now. Are you in hell? What happened with your death? What was the conspiracy surrounded around your death? Okay, we got a fair. We got egotism. Oh, maybe P Diddy was having an affair with his baby mama at the time. She was kind of loose and was having an affair with almost everybody in the industry, including Tupac. Faith Evans. I got Faith Evans when it came to that card. Okay, we got dismemberment couple. Notorious B.I.G. Hi. The life of Maya. Hey, what what happened with you, Biggie Smalls? Dating? Why are you sending me all of these dating and couple and affair stuff? Christopher Wallace, what happened to you concerning your death? Are you more concerned with talking to somebody about love? Are you trying to flirt with me? Oh, he said accident. Okay, so you feel like maybe they were trying to get somebody else that was in that he said aliens. Like this man is all over the place. I don't know what we're gonna get from this, y'all. Hidden, something hidden. Clarify dismemberment. You wasn't dismembered, so why would you get dismemberment for? Okay, inside we got from him, we got water, and then we got suicide. What happened with you, Christopher Wallace? What was the conspiracy around your death? Notorious B.I.G. Maybe you want me to call him the Notorious B.I.G. The Notorious B.I.G. Maybe that's what it is. You don't want me to call you Christopher Wallace? You don't like that name? Okay, that's what it is. He wants me to call him Christopher Wallace. Okay. You want me to call you Biggie Small? I'm sorry. No problem. I said it again. Okay, you're aggravated. You're aggravated. Okay. So he says that his death, now he's talking to me. Okay, so let's scrap all of this. Okay. Let's scrap all of this. He didn't want to be called Christopher Wallace. He doesn't even accept that type of I'm gonna put all these cards to the side that just came out. Right? So basically, what I got from that is he doesn't want to be called Christopher Wallace. Okay. He wants to be called the Notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls. Okay. So that's why we was getting all these scatter cards, messages not even making any sense. And I got that straight off the bat. Okay. So that's funny. Okay. Now, Legwo works in cards of three. These three cards came out. Okay. If y'all don't know, I work with my Orishas. Legwo, let him say hi. Hi. Okay. For all those who don't know. Okay. He works in numbers of three. Okay. So first I got was this was a revenge. We do know that. Could have been a revenge for the death of Tupac. Okay. We got trapped. Okay, and then we got burial. Okay. I feel like he's saying that he didn't want to be buried. He feels trapped in that tomb where he's at, and he probably would have preferred to get him cremated and release his body somewhere. The Notorious B.I.G. I'm gonna keep make sure I say that, okay? Because I don't want to upset you. I know you wasn't upset and you was doing it in a funny way, so he was like putting out these cards that was kind of like, okay. I'll go back over the cards later. It was like real funny, like scattered all over the place. But okay, I'm glad that we came to a mutual understanding of why the hell you didn't want to talk to me, okay? All right, cool. So what else is concerned? What else is concerning your unaliving? So we got revenge, trapped, and then we got burial. Something about his burial, he does not like it. Okay, justice. Okay, when I got justice, I believe that justice was done to the person that had something to do with his unaliving, but it wasn't the type of justice that y'all think. Okay, it was street justice. Okay, justice. I got wooded area, and we got serial killer. We do know the person that unalived them did have this type of gun. Okay, when they shot into his truck. Okay, when they shot into the truck. Okay, clarify revenge. What's going on with revenge? Okay, we got desert, Notorious B.I.G. Clarify, trapped, mind control. Okay, mind control. Okay, so what I'm getting from him is his mind. He had, for instance, like the people that was around him had mind control against him. Mind control was meaning like he probably was not really wanting to rap about Tupac and do the whole Tupac and Biggie Smalls beef thing, But as far as like mind control, what I'm getting with that is like people were in his mind and was like, this is what's gonna sell the West Coast, East Coast beef. So yeah, like more of that, more of that. Okay. But I feel like that's not what he wanted. So he didn't have no control over his mind, which means that in retrospect, he didn't have control over his music. Okay. Because you ever heard that with a lot of artists? Well, they even um Alicia Keys talks about it. Like certain artists, when they're with certain record companies, they want to have too much control over your content, the things you're talking about, when you're putting it out, how far they're gonna push you back. Some people's albums keep just getting pushed back. Okay. Some people are just literally signing deals for life insurance and then getting unalived for said life insurance, and then somebody just getting a shitload of money on them. Okay, I've heard. Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly, this is all alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. Keep that in mind, okay? 1, 2, 3. Burial. Clarify burial. What's up with your burial? Why are you talking about burial? Beach. I told you that he prefer his body to get cremated and get thrown in the beach. I just said that he probably prefer. He didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be here. He wanted to be free. Okay. So if somebody can actually excavate his body and actually have his ashes released at the beach, I can imagine probably Rockaway Beach. The reason why I say Rockaway Beach is because Biggie Smalls was from New York City, and Rockaway Beach was one of the most hoodest known beaches in New York City. I wouldn't get any other beach but Rockaway Beach. Okay, so he wants to get his he wants to get his body cremated, whatever's left of it, which would be his bones, and get thrown at Rockaway Beach. Okay, clock it. Which is, I knew he was going to be funny at some point. I don't know why. Okay, all right. So when it comes to justice, what happened with the justice? How do you feel like you got justice for what happened to you as far as your unaliving? The Notorious B.I.G. How do you feel like you got justice? How do you feel like you got justice, my love? Ooh, that one flew all over the place. Okay. So I got male. So it definitely was a male. Okay, a couple of things fell out. So I got male. I got jealousy, okay, from some type of male. All right, well, serial killer already came out. Just slid to me though. Okay. Abuse, neglect. Okay. Okay, yeah. So this person has all the person that actually unalived him already had a man-made disaster. So unbeknownst to a lot of people, the person that actually unalived him is no longer here with us. It actually was street justice. Okay, street, y'all know what street justice I'm talking about. Okay, and that's what I got as far as how he got his justice. Okay. Wooded area, what's going on with wooded area? Are you in the wooded area? Is your okay? Could, yeah, because I mean, where he's buried at, I don't know if it's in a wooded area. Are you in a wooded area? These cards are flying all over the place. He's very strong in the place where he's at. All right. He said something about a gift in the wooded area. I don't know what that has to do, or a power supply. Okay. As far as serial killer, what do you want to say about the serial killer? The Notorious B.I.G. The Notorious B.I.G. Okay. So as far as also what I got for the revenge is moon sacrifice. Moon sacrifice, not necessarily desert. I got moon sacrifice. So I don't know if it was a full moon that day when he got sacrificed. Okay, so it was a sacrifice. Okay, serial killer. Serial killer. Okay. He also, it's the song that hi, hello. It's the song that he did called, it's a song that P. Diddy did called I'm Missing You. Something concerning the word missing was song made of him. Okay, he says that song was done by the person. Okay, so it's giving a setup by P. Diddy himself. Okay, the Notorious B.I.G. speaking from, this is the Notorious B.I.G. Okay, speaking from, and like it's crazy because it's like I didn't even want to just say that. Okay, it's like he's saying this is the Notorious B.I.G. speaking from the dead. Okay, okay. All right. Um, is there anything else you want to talk about as far as the serial killer? So he's calling P. Diddy a serial killer, which is crazy. But it makes sense because then Kim Porter, right? And you start like there's a conspiracy around a lot of people dying around P. Diddy, right? Around just this man, okay? All right. We got outer space. Ooh, P. Diddy calls himself love. Wow. Remember, P. Diddy calls himself love now. Remember, he changed his name. Okay. He says that's fraudulent. Ain't nothing loving about this nigga. He just changed his name. Because look at the cake. Does that look like somebody made that cake with love? Look at the cake. Does it look like somebody made that cake with love? Be careful who cooks for you. Does it look like somebody made that cake with love? Okay. I'm always very worried about people who use the word love a lot, but they don't show love. But they use the word a lot because, like, I cook with love. I love you. There's just the word obnoxiously used, like naming yourself love, for example. Okay, why do you have to name yourself love, P Diddy? It's because you wanted to manipulate the world and make them feel like you're so full with love when you're just the complete opposite. Okay. All right, cool. Hello, Tarot High Priestess, Ruby, Sokata, Libra. I see y'all. Okay. All right. Yep. So he definitely mentions P. Diddy being a serial killer. Look, y'all, I can't make this up. Look, serial killer, love. Who calls himself love? If you go to P. Diddy's page right now, you're gonna see he calls himself love. He changed his name. I don't know if he even changed it on his birth certificate. Okay. He said, and I asked him, is he in hell? He said he's in outer space. He's being funny. Okay, are you in hell? A lady did a story about you, the Notorious Big, saying that you were in hell. Are you in hell? Are you in hell? You can tell us. This is a safe place. Motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. Say what? If your friend starts acting up, go and Okay, so yeah, that's funny. Okay, motel, hotel, and I think he did a song. He did a song saying it makes no sense going to heaven with the goody goodies, right, or something like that. So that makes sense. He would be in hell because he already said he didn't want to go to heaven. That was actually one of his songs. So it's funny, like motel, hotel. He's still rapping. Like he's still wherever he's at, he's still rapping. Ooh, fire, y'all. Fire. Remember, ask, is he in hell? Motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. Say what if your friend starts acting up? Wow. So they still have him rapping. I don't get that they have him rapping happily. I got them that they're forcing him to rap like rap now with a whip. That makes sense. Okay. Faked death. Okay. Fake death. I think he's talking about Tupac when he talks about fake death. He's going into Tupac. Also, lizard. If you know anything about the devil, they say he has lizard skin. Okay. Fake fake death. Um greed, greed, fraud. I don't know if somebody had life insurance on him, like the record company. Keep in mind, P. Diddy was part of the it was major as far as his record deal. I don't know if P. Diddy had life insurance on the Notorious B.I.G. He definitely mentions, like I said, love being a serial killer. And I was like, love, because when I promise you that it didn't dawn on me at all, like love what? Love what? That is P. Diddy. His name is Love. Like, and he keeps taking me right back to this shit over and over again because I usually move on quick. I don't keep doubling back for stuff. Okay. Fake death. Who's the fake death? Who is the fake death? Okay, we got drugs, poison, strangulation. And I hate to say this, but what I got with this is like I know that P. Diddy is still in jail. I don't necessarily know if somebody's gonna unalive him while he's doing his little bit of time that he's doing now and say that he got poisoned or strangulated by somebody. I don't get that P. Diddy's gonna make it out of there, y'all. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what he's telling me. Okay. Only, I mean, I wouldn't know. Okay. Also, he visits his neighborhood. Okay. If you know anything about where Biggie's from Brooklyn, New York, just like me. From Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and over there's a lot of brownstones. Okay, neighborhood. He goes by his neighborhood a lot. Okay, he goes by his neighborhood a lot. What else can you tell me about your environment that you're in right now? What is hell like? Natural disaster. Look, what is hell like? That's what hell's like. Burning all the time. This is what hell's like. He's in hell. Jesus Christ, excuse me. He's in hell. Burning all the time. Burning all the time. The Notorious B.I.G. Remember, this lady said she had a dream, right? She had a dream. She went to hell, and Biggie Smalls was there. He's burning all the time. Is there anything else you want to tell me about this place? I mean, you like, I feel like you like self-explanatory, bitch. It's burning. I'm in hell. Damn. That's why that you gotta get your life right with the Lord. You don't never know when you're gonna go. I'm talking to myself too. Some people don't even want to. The worst people in the world is people who do stuff and they don't feel like they gotta repent. Those are the worst people in the world. It's not the people that are doing wrong and know they gotta fix themselves. It's the ones that are doing wrong and don't feel that they gotta fix them. They don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. Be very worried about them people. Okay, they're very demonic. Okay, sociopaths. They're not in touch with reality at all. Okay, like I said, he wants to get his remains taken on a boat to the beach. Okay, on a boat by the water. He don't want to be. He don't want to be buried. The Notorious B.I.G. He doesn't want to be buried. I don't know who's gonna see this video. Please respect his wishes and remove him from that grave. Okay, and I got why. Oh my God. Oh my God. He tells me, well, shit, if I'm gonna be in hell, does it make sense to cremate my body and then throw it in the water so I can have some type of cool down? This nigga is funny. Basically saying his remains is gonna be removed from the dirt and thrown in the water, he can get some type of relief from the flames where he's at. I guess maybe he's thinking that may be an option, right? I hate to say it, but I don't think so. Right? Once you're thrown into the fire, you're thrown into the fire, and it's an everlasting fire. Okay, there's no water. Matter of fact, I'm not even. I'm gonna leave it alone because every time I do this and I start going against what the hell they saying, they start getting mad at me. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna retract that. What I am gonna say is okay. I do understand your theology behind it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, something about social media. That's his analogy. His analogy is if you could put, right, his remains in the water, Rockaway Beach, it'll help him feel better from where he's physically at, or he thinks is going to help him feel better from when he's physically at. This is crazy. Maybe I can't make this shit up. I promise y'all. I promise y'all I can't. Anything else? He thinks about his child. He did have a son. Okay. Home keeps coming out. He misses home. All those fucking dark parties is what led him here. All of those dark parties that he participated in, and of course we know ultimately death. Okay, so the major thing what I'm getting here from doing his reading is that it was street justice. It was street justice done. It was justice, okay, but it was street justice done, okay, to whoever this person was that unalived them. Okay, I got street justice, I got mail, okay, I got jealousy, okay, and it's some type of abuse or neglect this person had to deal with like right before they left. So I got that they was locked up, right? Change, you get like this person was in prison. This person that did it to him was in prison, okay, and he got some street justice because word got around that he was in prison, and it was some stuff that happened to that man up in there. Okay, he visits his home. Okay, he says the person that he deemed to be a serial killer. His name is Love. Okay, we already know who that is. Okay, his death is surrounded around revenge, of course. But Tupac, remember, Tupac was already unalived at this time. Okay, but the crazy part I got from him was, please cremate me and take me to the water, so that way I can feel some type of coolant in hell. Because what I get is that he where his body is resting, maybe somebody else told them in hell, like hey, the ones that are cremated, that were like let into the water, we feel some type of coolant. It's not as hot, I'm getting, okay? And for that reason, he feels like if you know, and that's a lie. Only because the Notorious Big, those people that are in there with you are bad people, so they lie, right? And because you're privileged and you were a big time celebrity, they make fun of you and say things like that because they know more than likely that you were buried, and some of them were cremated and put into the water, and they tell you this lie, okay? But nevertheless, it's a lie. How can you trust anybody in hell? Okay, they're in hell with you. Okay, I was hoping he told me something different, but also, like I said, there's a party in hell. Look at that. There's a party in hell. Remember, he said that song, "Don't make no sense going to heaven with the goody goodies." Okay, he said something. He rather blah 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 something in hoodies or something like that. Okay, is lastly, let me put out three weight tarot cards. I'm done with this crime oracle. I want to see if he has to say anything through the weight tarot. Lastly, okay. Biggie Smalls, I'm gonna allow you, the Notorious Big, Biggie Smalls. I'm gonna allow you to pull out three cards from quite a few decks. And I just want to see what you want how to say lastly. The Notorious Big. What do you want to say lastly? What do you want to say to your fans? And yeah, I mean, some people. I mean, we're not really shocked when people said they saw you in hell. Um, I'm not really shocked. So much is given, much is required. And you can't really go around joking about you'd rather go to hell than being with the goody goodies and expecting to be somewhere else. I mean, okay, yeah. He said he was given a shitty offer, meaning that he does recognize that he is not in the place where he really wants to be because he was given a shitty offer. Okay. We got he's constantly where he's at fighting all the time. Okay, and remembering the old world where he was once at. Okay, but he is consumed by darkness all the time, consumed by darkness all the time. Okay, all right, let's pull out three more from here. What's the tea? What's the tea like? What's it like in hell? I don't know why I'm so curious about this. Like, what's it like in hell? I mean, I know you told me fire and dark all the time. Is there anything else you can tell us? Do you regret going to hell? Or are you happy like in your music? Obsessive lover, danger, toxic, unhealthy. I think he's calling me that. What else? Is there anything else you want to tell us about hell particularly? That's what I'm like. I don't know why I'm so curious to just know what it's like down there, how you feel about that. Do you feel like you're in the wrong place? Karma friends got him there. Karmic friends got him there. That's why you gotta be careful who you surround yourself around. And I feel like Christopher Wallace was a pretty decent young kid at some point and got into this evil music world, and it just consumed him. And before he turned around, right, he didn't really have time to repent. All right, moving on. Thank you. Next, okay, divination abuser. Yeah, so he's gone. I'm not going to ask anything else. He said what he said, what he said. Okay, I felt like, yeah. So I don't think that he was like likes to talk about where he's at. Like I'm even stuttering. Like I don't got that he likes to even talk about where he's at, which is hell. Okay, and that's because let's go to Legua now because I feel like Christopher is gone. He said, "Look." Moving on, thank you. Next, divination abuser. But before that, he called me an obsessive lover, dangerous, toxic, unhealthy, possessiveness, karmic. I don't know if that because I felt like he was just talking shit on his way out. and I don't know if that's me or if he's talking about, could be Faith Evans, because he don't really know me like that. So it could be Faith Evans. But he said, can't fully trust them. Tension, secret competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And he would make sense that he would say some shit like that, okay? Because remember, he's a rapper. Doesn't that look like a rhyme? Doesn't that look like a rhyme? Can't fully trust them. Tension, secret competition. Keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. I got it. I got that in a rap type monotone. I didn't get that as just reading it. Okay. Anything else, Allegra? Anything else you could tell me about where the Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Smalls is at? Anything else you can tell me? I'm gonna move on to my Risha because yeah, he's gone. Look, he said, "Moving on, thank you. Next." Yeah, yeah. He said, "Hell is hot and ashy, hot and ashy." Blowing kisses. Okay, that makes sense. You know, Biggie Smalls was a flirt. Biggie Smalls was a flirt and into light skinned girls, so that makes sense. Anything else? The runner. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's fear, running away, intensity, letting go. That's what I feel like that he had. He doesn't like to talk about where he's at. He doesn't like to talk about where he's at. He's not. I get he's there, but I guess like in his raps, he popped so much shit about not wanting to go to heaven with the goody goodies, but got where he's at now. It's like shit. You know what I mean? Like regretting it. Sparks having fun, equal interest, burning desire. Okay, so I guess he's attracted to me a lot. Okay, let's move away from that. Okay, um, let's look into the news. Anything we could get from this three cards concerning Allegra, Christopher Brewster. I got the numbing card, like numbing. Like I said, yeah. He mentioned his son though on the way out. He definitely did, and I seen that coming. That has to be that. This has to be Faith Evans. Yeah, I got that Faith Evans. Like, cause he don't know me. He's definitely a flirt. He's still a flirt. That didn't change. Okay, new boo. New boo. I wonder if he got a relationship in there. Is he in hell and has a new boo in hell? Like, huh? Oh. Okay, brick wall. I got. Hmm. Anything else? Lastly, Allegra, you could tell us about concerning Biggie Smalls and Notorious B.I.G. and where he's at right now. So I got where they keep him is like a brick wall. And yeah. So there's some type of I don't know who's he's in the relationship with on the other side. Okay. But yeah, that's what I got from the cards. I feel like what's coming out now with Allegra is just basically like I guess how he was feeling during our conjuring. But like I said, there's no shocker there. Biggie Smalls was a flirt, and Biggie Smalls was also he loved light skinned girls. That was obvious. Um, okay, y'all. So I'm out of here, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed my reading with the Notorious B.I.G. I think let's go back to some of the shocking moments. I'm gonna tell you my highlights, okay, before we leave. So my highlights of this, like I said, was him wanting to get unburied so he can go to the beach, so he can feel like he's getting away from the fire. Okay. These cards just flew down. Okay, to me. Okay, he said the highlight of his shit. I guess he's here. You could go to the light, Biggie Smalls. You can go to the light, my love. Okay, his highlight was the justice, the street justice that was done to the guy that was locked up. That actually has something to do with unaliving. And then another key factor that I felt was a big factor to me was serial killer Love, Mr. P. Diddy Combs, allegedly. Let's say that allegedly. Okay, says the cards. Okay, definitely brought up his son, his child. Definitely wanted to talk about that. He even mentioned Brooklyn. Brooklyn was in there, and then he called me a divination abuser. Thank you. Next on the way out. definitely talked about Brooklyn, New York. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm out. Brooklyn on the map. Thank you, Biggie Smalls, for coming in and channeling with me. You can go ahead and go to the light. Go to the light. Go to the light. Or in your case, go to the dark. Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm out. Bye.